fast, fatal heart impact, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful thoughts and past. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kyusho here, and now. Whenever we last left off, with this series quite a lot was happening. Now, in the last part, Deku, him and Amelia, they deepened their relationship. And Momo, she was caught in the crossfire. She not only gave Amelia the advice that she followed, but she also discovered that these two were involved with each other. Now, Momo, she felt like she could be, well, involved with this. If these two are discovered, she could be seen as somebody who helped them. So, she tried to get out of there. Amelia, she gave her something to keep her quiet. And right now, she's very happy that she got a small little ship from her. Now, with that being said, Deku, he talked to Arthur, and he's been given permission to investigate Amelia's mother and exactly what's going on with her. Now, Deku, he's currently flying over the ocean, and he is looking down. He's got to be at least a few hundred feet in the air. And right now, he actually is somewhat worried. He's going over the information in his head. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Option A, poisoning. She's being given something that can keep her weak. Given something that can cause, well, sickness. Okay. But why would that happen? What are they using? If it's an earth-based poison, it would have killed her. The immune system of an Etso isn't as strong as a human's. They're more sensitive to alcohol, and even medicines. So that is another problem. But if that's so, then this can't be human interference. It has to be something that the Etsos, they're doing. So, obviously, an Etso is gotta be the culprit. They know enough about their own biology to do this and not get caught. But that does cause another problem. There are already people who do not like Arthur's ruling, and they wish to see that man dead. So, they're going after the queen in order to try and get him to go after her, be with her, and then, whenever he's at her side, kill both of them. That would actually be a fairly good plan, but there's a problem. The man, he doesn't rely on his emotions, so they're at least also trying to get one of his children to as well. That is what worries him. And there's actually option 3. They're part of this strange thing. They want to try and see Amelia's mother dead. So they infect her with an illness. Or she may have just gotten a natural illness. And that is what does worry Deku. If that is the case, then she cannot be cured. And very soon she may actually die if she does not recover naturally or is given proper medical attention, or even the cure. Now, with that being said, Deku would arrive at the location, as it's somewhere unknown on an island. And Deku, he does get to walk into the forest. He does walk into a natural path that is flattened, and he does look down to see exactly what's going on with the ground. The way it is, he can already tell this place is inhabited by Etsos. They use their minds to roll over the grass out of their way. And the way it's flattened, that grass is not going to be growing back up straight. Now, Deku, he does get to walk forwards into the forest until he does actually meet with somebody. They are standing there and they are holding something in their arm. And Deku does get to stare at them. As whenever they do go to bring up their hand, they do go to point the bottom of a staff directly at Deku, going to bring their hand up and grab onto it. As Deku, he does stare at them before going to bring his hands up. And it is announced to both of them that King Arthur has sent him to investigate exactly what is wrong with the Queen. Now, a lot of them they are staring at Deku, and Deku he is going to reach out to both of them mentally, informing both of them that he just happens to be Izuku Midoriya, the one who brought them all to Earth. And both of them they do stare at him. Before they do go to lower their weapons and announce to him that he needs to come inside quickly, and they do ask him if he was followed. No, I wasn't. Nobody knows I'm here except for the king. I left directly from, well, another location. Deku walking inside, and both the men they do stare at him. They are very careful. Deku, he goes through a cleaning process, and after having a lot of the bacteria in the room killed, even having to go through a chemical shower, he's given a different set of clothing. However, he is given some of the possessions he does have, as he does start to walk around the facility. This place is very strange, and right now Deku, he does get to start talking to a few people. Some of them are curious as to why he's here, and Deku he does at least talk about how he's here to give a progress report on the Queen. And a lot of people, they're kind of confused. The man can call them, reach out to them on their communicators. However, he didn't. And we do actually have our Deku just want to talk to the person in charge of this medical facility. And right now, Deku is going to walk into an office. Him seeing a doctor, as they're currently at least going to type away a few things on a holographic log. Deku being able to somewhat read what it does say. However, he can't make out what it does say because of one problem. It's in the Etso's language. And Deku, he does find it to be kind of strange. The person going to type something out fully and ask him exactly what is he doing here. Oh, that's quite simple. I'm concerned. Deku going to use his robotic eye. When the person they do finish typing, you do actually have where they do go to look back up towards Deku. Deku going to at least take a screenshot of the computer screen. And he does wonder about this. He knows he's read the Etso language before, but this is different. He's seen it written down, never used in machinery. He wonders what this stuff does say. It could be something about it could be something about Amelia's mother's medical state, or even just a message or a private analysis, or maybe even a personal log. What exactly would you like to know, human? Then I'm going to at least turn off the screen. Yes, I'm here today because I'm trying to investigate Amelia's mother. Ah, I see. You want to look at the Queen's medical condition? Yes. I'm concerned. A lot of people are. Right now, I do have my own reasons for being here as well. You do? Yes, I do. I'm worried as to exactly what's happening. Because some people, they don't exactly agree with Arthur's conditions, and how he has been running the Etsos. I see. That is a very serious problem. Yes, it is. Don't you agree? I do. Alright, I can give you all the medical files we do have. You can look at them. I was also going to process some of her blood work later, and see exactly how it's been doing. We've been doing tests on her daily, and we've been using some of our own antibiotics on her. You have. So this means that this is some sort of infection. We still are running that through analysis. We don't exactly know. We don't know if this is one of our conditions that we had on our planet. We haven't seen anything like this before. There are similar cases we've looked into, but those are all from logs back in the day. And right now, it's, well, it's all up in the air, sir. No, please, don't call me sir. My name's Izuku. Yes, sorry. But, while you are here, would you allow me to ask you a question? Yes, what is it? You defeated the spiritual alien, did you not? Spiritual? Spherical. Spherical. I am trying to say the fancy word as you would put it for circle. Oh, yeah, that was me and James. Really? Well, I would like to know more about this. What do you mean you want to know more? Well, I am curious. I understand I myself am not exactly in the same department as robotics engineering and my other maintenance operation jobs. However, even weapons development is something I am keen on. Weapons development? Yes, it is an avenue of research I have had theories on. And if it does mean we can help put a stop to these invaders, I myself will be quite curious to know more. I wanted to know, was there a specific frequency you fought it with? Or what happened? What do you mean, what happened? I mean, what exactly did you do to kill it? Um, I held it in place, but I wasn't the one who fired the shot. It has a weakness to damage? Um, I don't know. I just know that I tried to crush it with my powers, and James shot it. Is that all? That's all there really is to tell. I don't know what else you want me to say. Hmm, that is unfortunate. What do you mean? I would have liked to know more. Find a weakness we could exploit. You do understand. I already know, sir. Humans and Etzos are doing their best. They're working together, and they're trying to find out exactly how we can defeat that threat. However, for right now, we've been given time. They're also looking into the machine men. So, let's at least talk about this first. We need to discover exactly what is wrong with the Queen. Ah, yes, correct. Well, that is where my area of research has been looking into. So far, all of her tests, they're coming back as clean. I do not understand it. If there was something wrong with her, we would know. However, it's hard to understand. Her system looks fine. There's no trace of pathogens, no nothing. However, she's covered in these spots. And then there's also the fact that she herself has been seeming delusional. Delusional? Yes. I do not advise it is good to see her. Okay. But it's not a Earth-based disease, is it? No. So far, none of our research concluded that it was. However, even then, it's a phenomenon we don't know much about. Hmm. Okay. That's bad. Would I be able to see her? I would not recommend that. No, but I know enough about EDSOs to understand that your diseases, they wouldn't affect us. Our bodies run too hot, and you guys run colder. Hmm? Um, that is correct, yes. How did you know that? I spend a lot of time with an EDSO. We did research, we talked to each other, and, well, they are my friend. If I have questions, I ask them, and I help them with Earth and such. Hmm. Ah, yes, that's correct. You were the one the princess stayed with. Hmm. Yeah, no. You know, a lot of people tend to forget about that. Well, it was news. They just said that a researcher, they were on Earth. They never specified who it was. That information didn't come out until later. I forgot I read that entire article. Huh. Okay. Well, let me ask her questions. For my particular field, I've researched stuff like this before. Not researched. I've seen stuff like this before. I know exactly how to read people. I can tell if she's delusional or not. It's a matter of a lot of things and factors, but let me be the one to test her. Hmm. I'm not exactly too sure that's the best idea. If we allow this, there's no telling what can happen. Now, Deku and the man do go back and forth. Deku has an entire list of people he wants to talk to. And, right now, the best place to start with that is the Queen. And we do actually have one of our Deku. He does go through another decontamination phase. And he does go to walk into a room where the Queen, she's laying in bed. Now, Deku, he does walk into the room. And whenever he does go to walk over to the Queen's bedside and go to sit down, he does look down at her. She doesn't look to be doing very well. She's clearly hooked up to a lot of medical devices. And he does get to look above her bed to see, on the wall, there is something that is monitoring her vitals. And Deku, he actually is going to bring his hand up. Him going to reach out, grab the thing on the wall with one of his fingers, and then going to move it over to where he is. Him then at least going to look at it and monitor it as he is going to sit down, and the Queen, she just asks exactly who is that. Hello, it's me. Do you remember who I am? Who's there? It's hard for me to see. Oh, I understand. It's me, the human who helped your species get to this planet. Now, she can almost make out Deku's outline. She can see the color of his hair. And then there's the fact that his face, it is blurry. Along with the fact that it is, well, different from the last time she saw him. And she actually is trying to ask about him. Why is he here? And what is he doing? Good, good. You recognize me. That's good. Are you a doctor? Am I hallucinating? No. And no. Listen, I'm here to ask you a few questions. I want to know what's going on. If you may have a clue as to what happened to you. Deku just staring down at her. While she may not be completely out of it, she doesn't look too good either. Her skin is covered in a strange rash. And then there's the fact that it doesn't look good on her purple skin. On her face alone, it looks odd. And he can't really tell. The colors on it, they're so weird. They're blue. It's strange to look at. Okay, listen to me. Do you have any ideas to who I am, or who you are? Can you tell me your name? Oh, alright. I'm Alice. Alice? Okay, Alice. Let me go over a few things with you. Deku trying to interview the Queen. And he does get a bit of things. Well, she does seem sort of out of it from what he can tell. She is able to be a bit more coherent. And we do actually have one of Deku, he does go to leave, so they do come walking into the room. Them in a hazmat suit, as they do go to set something down by her bedside. And Deku, he does go to look over exactly what they've given her. It seems strange. And right now, he does get to look over everything. It's quite a simple little meal. However, it doesn't seem too unhealthy. And for someone of her current predicament, this looks okay. And he actually does go to examine the glass that's sitting right there. It looks like plain water. So it should be fine. Let's see though. Nothing's out of the ordinary. What? If they were gonna put something here, it would be an enzyme. Maybe? No, her water looks fine. Deku going to reach down to his pocket, as it to pull out a small little kit. Him going to open it up, and they're going to pull something out. Him going to take a sample of the water, as he does go to at least look over everything else. It all looks okay. And there are actions where he does go to hand it over to the Queen, and he does ask her if he can take a sample of her blood. Why would you be doing that? Because I don't exactly completely trust what's going on here. And if I'm going to be honest, it is a preventive measure. If there's something actually wrong with your blood work, I can take it to a lab, where they can do their own research on it. And tell me honestly whether or not there's a foreign chemical or virus or bacteria in your system. Do you understand me? Okay. Now, Deku, he knows that she's just too exhausted to argue. So he does gotta start getting to work. And after he does what he needs to, he does gotta leave the room. As he does at least think on everything. He's currently in the decontamination room. It's depressurizing and sanitizing him as he does gotta walk throughout the entire area. Okay, so let's see. He needs to interview a lot of people, but he doesn't know where to start with. Let's see, a list of names. People who might be the sympathizers, or going after the king. They're trying to take down his rule, but at the same time, they're also trying to kill someone. This isn't good. Let's see. You go with your gut, Midoriya. You know what's going on here. It's gotta be right. Okay. You got this, you got this. Now, Deku, he actually does gotta do one simple thing. For right now, he does at least gotta leave. He needs to get this lab sample taken to somewhere where he can get an honest review of it, and see what they can tell him there. And Deku, he does at least gotta give a status report on the Queen. And Arthur, he is a bit more worried. He wants to know what's wrong with his wife, and put his own mind at ease. Right now, he does at least want to panic. He hasn't been getting a lot of sleep, and he does have his own worries. Because if she does pass, then the next event they'll be partaking in as a family won't exactly be good. Now, Deku, he is trying to wonder about a lot of things. And while he is flying through the air, he is wondering exactly who he should take this to. Who he can get it looked at from. And find out exactly what is wrong here. And Deku, he does ultimately decide to make another phone call. As we do actually have on the other end of the line. Hello? Is this Momo? How did you get my number? Monsieur Yuruzu, I'm a man of many talents, and I know a lot of things. It's my job to know exactly how to contact you. Are you serious? Did you read your mind? No. I may or may not have looked into a bit of information, and at least some files I found in your house. Jesus. Okay, so, why do you... I'm looking into a private matter. I need you to run some samples, or run some tests on a sample I want to give you. Do you have a pharmaceutical division? Okay, why exactly should I do that for you? Because if you help me in this matter, I can put a good word with you, or a good word for you, in with Arthur. Explain. Now. You have 2 minutes. Okay, how about I just use 1 minute? Right now, the Queen, she may or may not have a virus. May not have a foreign pathogen, bacteria, whatever. She's acting strange and her body is freaking the fuck out. Arthur thinks that they're trying to kill his wife. I'm trying to find out exactly what's wrong with her. So, does that summarize it enough for you? I need your help with this now. I have Etso blood, and I also do at least have a sample of water. I want you to look into them. Excuse me. You have a sample of Etso blood? Yes. Does that pique your interest? Okay. Now, Momo, she does actually go to someone to look it up. She does inform him as to the closest area that would have a lab he could have access to. And just to give them this verification code. Now, Momo, she actually does get Deku access to a lab very close by that is in Japan. And Deku, he would head there. Now, it is still a bit of ways away, and this is going to be a bit of a problem for whenever he does want to fly back. He already knows how far away that drive was. However, he might as well be going back and forth. Now, whenever Deku is going to pull up, you do actually have where someone does go to ask him for his authorization code. And Deku, he does go to just bring up his hand and go to run a playback, as Mr. Yu's voice can be heard giving the code. And Deku, he is allowed inside, as you'd have a doctor who they were waiting for him. They're going to step forwards and ask him a few questions. As Deku, he does go look at them, for we're going to reach into his pocket and pull something out, as they do stare at this strange container, filled with blue liquid. And Deku does go to inform them. This right here is Etzo blood, and right now, he wants them to run an analysis on it to see exactly what's wrong with it. And the person, they are actually very excited. They've looked into Etzo DNA before, and exactly how different it is from human. It's remarkably not that different. In comparison, well, the genetics are all different and not really earthling or earth-based, but they still do go in line with certain things. And that is what is confusing about it. The DNA, it shares nearly zero, well, influence from each other, yet they do seem almost identical in some weird way. Now, Deku, he does see the scientist rant about this. And there is actually whenever Deku is going to pull out the small container that does hold the cotton swab, as he doesn't tell them what this is, and asking if they can find any trace amounts of anything inside of it, other than just regular water. And the person, they do go to take this as well. And Deku, he does just go to head back. Right now, he has a full week ahead of him. He believes that that's how long this case will take him. So he needs to interview them and find out exactly what is wrong with this place. Because if the queen does die, then a lot of bad things could happen. And right now, he'd rather the Etzos stay how they are. Because if they don't, if there is a, well, event where the king does die, then there could be some chaos caused. And that would look bad for a lot of reasons. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed and have an amazing night. I'll catch you guys in the next part.